Hey, how's it going? My name is Nate, and I'm going to teach you how to customize your Aryeo checkout form using AI. So today we're going to figure out and understand what Aryeo is. We're going to discuss what an API key is, and then we are going to discuss how to access the API key in Aryeo. Then we are going to discuss a website named Dribbble. Then we'll go into GitHub and discuss what GitHub is and how to use it. And then we'll go into what anti-gravity and Firebase are. So all of these different tools are going to be necessary for customizing your checkout form on Aryeo. Okay, so if you're familiar with Aryeo already, you probably understand that it's for real estate media companies. I own a real estate media company, and we have been using Aryeo for the last 3 or 4 years, pretty much since they started. And we have been using it to manage all of our projects. And if you are unfamiliar with what Aryeo is, it's a company that or a platform that allows you to streamline all of your bookings, the delivery of content. They were recently purchased by Zillow, so they have the 3D capability of connecting with Zillow Showcase. Overall, it's a pretty cool company. In full transparency, I ended up building our own internal platform that is similar to Aryeo in many regards, but also has a lot of tools. And I'm also going to say that we call it Aryeo. I know people call it Aryeo, so whatever fits. But overall, this is going to be the platform that gives you a booking link that has a whole form, and it looks pretty nice. But we decided that we wanted something a little bit more customizable, and you can totally customize your own checkout process using the API key that Aryeo gives you. So if you go into your platform, you'll be able to go here on the dash or on the sidebar. If you scroll all the way down, you're going to see API keys. That's going to be where you want to create an API key. I'm not going to open that page now, but if you go into the API keys and create it, you can create a key. Make sure you copy that code because it's only going to show you once, and they do this for a protection reason. So with an API key, basically that key is connected to your billing. So it is a way that software talks to each other. So imagine if somebody got a hold of that code, that key, they can use that for their own software applications and charge your account basically by using it. So you really want to make sure that you don't expose that key. And we're going to go into how to protect that when using your backend like Firebase. So yeah, so once you figure out what your API key is, go ahead and copy that down, maybe put it in your notes, but make sure you end up deleting it. And then you're going to want to check out some inspiration. So you may already have some sort of inspiration that you want your clients to experience when they're booking with you. And that's totally great. But if you don't know where to start and you want a really good outlet for finding inspiration, you're going to want to go to Dribbble.com. So it's three B's, and you can go ahead and just search whatever it is that you're looking for. You can see like mobile, you can see web design, but this is just an example. Honestly, you're probably going to want like a multi kind of page uh, like flow. So you could kind of see something like this where maybe this has all of the items here on the first tab, and then after they pick one of your products, you can get their contact information and so on. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You can customize it however you want. But you're going to need the API key to display all of the products that you want to showcase. Another thing to keep in mind is that when you use Aryeo and you're creating this checkout experience, the API key only passes the products to whatever application you're building, right? So what that means is when somebody is going through your checkout form, they may not see your photos for that product. So you got to keep that in mind. What we did to make this super easy was like get all of our products and create different folders for each product. And then we created like a portfolio basically and got a bunch of photos and videos that we wanted to display. And it just keeps everything like very organized when you get ready to deploying your checkout experience or your checkout form. So once you get your inspiration, you kind of have an idea of what you want it to look like. You want to go to GitHub and create an account. So basically, the way that this the coding and customization happens is all by like custom code here. So when you're creating a project in something like anti-gravity or Claude Code or Codex or whatever your favorite uh, IDE or vibe coding platform is, some will host it like in their like on their platform, like in your history or whatever. But for something like Google Anti-Gravity, they're going to need like a folder on your computer or PC. And one of the things that GitHub does is you're able to put all of your code into the cloud. And the reason why you want to do something like this is because let's say that you accidentally spilt coffee all over your computer. Well, all of the code that you've generated and you've built and spent all that time creating is going to be wiped away because it's saved locally. So GitHub is free and you can put all of the code there. And it actually talks with platforms like Google Anti-Gravity. So you can get your profile and honestly, like you can connect it basically by chatting with like Google Anti-Gravity. It'll tell you step by step like what things and process that you need to follow to connect it. And what it does when it's connected is you can create and customize different things. And once you want to like save your progress, you can what it's called is push to GitHub, and you can push all of the code there, and it'll just basically save it. This is also an advantage because when you're using one of these AI agents, you're going to want to like refer back to like maybe things you did in the past. And if it's only saved locally, the agent can only see like what's current, like whatever code is that you have currently. But, GitHub creates almost like a record, like a ledger of, like, all the different changes over time, so you can, like, change things and save it, and it has an ongoing, history that your agent can reference. So it's like maybe it accidentally changed something and you're like, "Oh, man, I wanna go back and fix that." Well, you can do that when your code's in a platform like GitHub. Next, let's talk about the platform that's going to help you code. So personally, I use Google. I use Google products for a lot of the stuff. Anti-gravity is, I believe, free. So you can probably come up with a platform or like a booking experience because it's not actually that much code. It's really only front end where you're like kind of building out. You don't need to build like a whole portal and stuff like that. You can use Aryeo for that. So you can do that or like use Codex or whatever. Basically, whatever you end up using, you're just going to want to find a tool that connects best with all of the other tools that you're using. And for me, I feel like anti-gravity, I honestly just have loved all of the Google AI products. One of the advantages of using a platform like Anti-Gravity is that Google has so many APIs. Like if you want to plug into using their maps or you want to use like their AI, like generative AI tools, all of that stuff connects very, very seamlessly in Anti-Gravity. So it allows you to like create other products or software solutions that use those different tools. And you can use it and use those APIs when using another platform like Claude Code or Codex. But for me, I like just keeping everything in the same ecosystem. And that's why I've chosen to use anti gravity. So once you just decide what your favorite platform is to create code, you can go ahead and you want to understand what a backend is. So, like I mentioned, I use Google products, and Firebase is a Google product that basically it allows you to have like users, and you can host the platform or whatever it is that you're building. It's also free, so it's a really really easy way and frictionless way to get started building stuff, which is why again I love the Google products and Google ecosystem for all of this stuff, because it's just like a very low barrier to entry. So once you understand Firebase, this is going to be like where you host your actual checkout platform. So it's going to give you like a generic like URL, and that would work if you had um, like if you didn't have your own custom domain, right? So custom domain is going like for us would be www.cloutrealestate.com. Yours is probably going to be www.mediaagency.com, right? And you don't want like somebody to go to like a generic URL to go through your checkout experience. So you're gonna want to like get your project set up here in Firebase, and you can add a custom URL. So you're going to want to get like a subdomain or something like that in your provider, where it could be like book.mediaagency.com, or maybe you just want to make it like a backslash. You can do all that, and then you connect it here in Firebase. And if you have any questions about that, let me know, leave a comment, or ask your coding platform. So once you understand all of these different things, you're going to want to get started. So if you get started, you're going to want to create a folder in your PC or your MacBook. And once you do that, you're going to want to select it here. So I have a bunch of different products and things that I work on. But then this is where you just start prompting, right? So basically you open up a blank folder, and you're going to tell the coding platform here, the IDE, that you want to create a booking platform, etc., with Aryeo. And you can tell it that you have the key, and then you can even attach some of your inspiration here. So you can do all that, and then once you do that, you're going to like end up getting like a conversation here. It's going to have like all the different the process of like what's happening. So for us, I ended up creating my own booking platform that I'll show you guys here at the end. But this will kind of tell you exactly what's happening, what the agent is doing. And then in order to like see the different changes, it's going to pop open like something like localhost like 3000, right? So nothing's going to happen when I press this. Oh, actually, I have a server that's live right now. This is our platform. This was unintentional. I don't mean to plug this right now, but this is our booking platform that I created. But when you're creating your code, you're gonna tell it to create a server, a local host server, and that's where you're gonna be able to see all the live changes. So you can see like what's happening right there in your browser, and this is only going to work on your Wi-Fi that you're using. So like you can create all this, but if you try using like localhost when you've left your house or office or whatever, and you're using your data, it's not going to show your platform. So you don't want to try and like show somebody what you've built and then like go to localhost and nothing happens. So um, I did that early on when I first started figuring out how to build software, and it's just kind of a funny meme at this point. But once you do that, you're gonna basically go through the whole process, and like I said, these agent or like these platforms are so smart. They're gonna tell you exactly what it is that you have to do in order to continue the process of creating whatever it is that you're creating. So um, basically, once you end up coding the type of thing that you want to create, your process or checkout experience, you're going to want to add it to GitHub, connect it here, make sure all the code's pushed there. And then you're going to want to go to Firebase and make sure that you create a project here. So this could be test project, and you're going to accept. Um, you're gonna accept there. I don't know why I can't continue. Okay, so you got to connect a parent resource there. Before starting all this too, I want to also mention that your Google like profile right here, make sure that it's I use like a one that's not my business email. I keep things separately from my business so that like I can just create a bunch of different things and it's not really impacting my business drive and stuff like that. So you're gonna want to continue, and you can add that stuff here. Go ahead and accept this. This is for like Google Analytics stuff. Create your project. This is going to be like, so you can see like this test project, Evie, whatever. This is going to basically be your domain, generic domain that they give you. So like if you want to use the generic domain that they give you, like that's fine. But just keep in mind, whatever you name the project is gonna have some probably random letters or something like that at the end of it. And then attaching your custom domain to your project is free. So it's really cool to do that. But this is going to be where you can add the different like the different things like your users where they would be authenticated. So like when you sign into things, you have to like create an account and all that stuff. Well, Google Firebase handles all of that. You're not going to have to do that necessarily for this project here that we've been discussing, but if you want to create some other projects in the future, that's going to be something that you're going to want to do. So you can see that here. And then hosting. So when you're doing your hosting, you're going to add hosting there and you're going to say get started. And you can even ask Gemini in here what to do if you get lost. So like again, another reason why I love all these Google products is because you can just really ask Gemini at any point of wherever, whenever you get stuck. So you get here and then you would install the Firebase tools to your project, and then it'll be able to connect to the project that you're creating in anti-gravity or whatever else that you're creating, wherever else you're creating. And then that's going to make your project live. So after that, you're going to, when you have your photos for your project, you're going to basically like have the folder on your machine, on your PC or MacBook, and you can literally like if the folder is on your desktop, you could just say like, "Hey, grab the folders for the project XYZ." In desktop slash whatever XYZ project. And then it'll grab all the different photos, even the subfolders that you create there, and just name the products that you have on Aryeo with the same file names in the subfolders, and it'll grab all the photos and add them to your checkout experience. And then lastly, so hopefully that gives you enough information of how to kind of create this. Like honestly, um, you can start here in anti-gravity and just do exactly the steps that I told you. And I'm not actually showing you how I built the whole checkout experience, but you can, I promise you, like just go through and talk with your platform and it'll tell you exactly step by step. But you have to know a couple of these things here to ensure that you can build it properly. But this is kind of the look that we have, or well, this is the Ario one that you've probably seen, but we're going to switch it out with a booking experience that kind of looks like this. So It's going to have like a video here, and this was all built using anti-gravity. So you can add your address here. So like one something Walnut Creek and say 2,000 square feet. And then it has like the different zones because in the platform that I built, you can add different territories. So we have different territories that we've created. So we're based out of the San Francisco Bay Area, but we can have different territories to keep track of where our orders are coming through. Or if you want to like change the pricing, then you can do that as well per territory. But so it's going to pull the packages here, and you can see. Just kind of how this looks. And I actually built this as like an Aryeo checkout experience. And then afterwards, I was just like, why don't I just build something completely custom for the industry as a whole? That's better than Aryeo, because personally, we don't want Zillow having all of our information. It's just like something that we don't really personally like. So yeah, we ended up building Dwellin. But you can go here and you can like see the different images and media here. You can put all of this on the back end. So like for us, when you're creating products, you would like create your product here and then add all of the media here. So and then like the pricing tiers and stuff. So all of that translates right here, and then you can see the different products that are included in this main package. So it looks really nice. Like we really like it. And you can just add it to the cart, and then you can go to your add-ons if you wanted to. If you wanted to add like virtual staging, you could do so, and then you would continue to your checkout page, do the time, check the times that are available and whatever days that you're looking to book. So you can also like make it to whereas you can't book within like a specific window. So like we allocate a couple days to make sure that we don't get slammed day of with some bookings. So that's how our process looks. And I built this to work with Aryeo beforehand. So you can do something exactly like this and connect it to Aryeo using the API key, and it'll streamline all the products and stuff that you want it to. But I just decided to take it a step further and build something totally custom for our business and the industry if you're interested in using it. So it's dwellin.io. But yeah, I hope this video helps. Like I said, I didn't really go into details or show you exactly how I was building it, but if you have any questions, you can ask me or just ask the platform that you're building with because I guarantee that you'll be able to figure it out. It's a pretty straightforward process, but I know it can seem a little daunting at first. But once you get it, you'll be able to understand exactly how to make it work for your business. So I hope you found value in this. And if you did, please let me know as well. And then if you have any problems or questions, let me know too, so I can help you to the best of my ability. Thanks.